Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and this is another episode of VHS Rewind, where today I'm going to take a look back at the old UK X-rental of the wonderfully, fabulously awful Death Code Ninja. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So yes, I say fabulously awful, but any film from the mid to late 80s from Filmark, IFD, Godfrey Ho, Thomas Tang, etc., any of those movies that had ninja in it, well, you all know where they went. They were spliced with movies from Korea, Taiwan, even lesser known Hong Kong productions, and turned into something completely different for the Western market, and I loved them. Now, I didn't appreciate them as much when I was a teenager. I got rid of a lot of my old sort of videos and I regret that now because I do search for them quite often on eBay, and I do have a number of them on DVD because Germany have been pumping them out, which is fantastic. But one that always stuck out to me, and it was more so because of this crazy artwork, and I just adore it, is Hilbit Video's 1987 release of Death Code Ninja. But just look at that artwork. But the film itself, I have to say, is kind of exciting, and it was one of the more exciting releases of that time. Now, HBL didn't release too much in the way of martial arts movies. I think they also put out Alexander Loray's Ninja Hunter, which I did have on video, and I'm really sorry that I got rid of, or maybe it got chewed up and spat out by the video player. I do have it on DVD as Wu-Tang vs. Ninja, but their video release was solid and just one of my favorites. But I remember picking this up not as an X-rental, but as a retail piece for £3 at a market, along with Ninja Hunter. In fact, my brother picked this one and I picked Ninja Hunter because I had already had quite a few Alexander Loray movies, and that's the one I wanted. But with £3 each, I knew I would land this in my collection one day anyway. But yes, this comes from the Filmark banner, and 1987 release there by Hilbit, as I say, by HBL along here. And it's a fun film. It's not perfect by any means. It's spliced with a 1982 Taiwanese production called The Imprisoned, a movie that I haven't seen, that is directed by Chester Wang, and stars, God, what's her name? Liu Yi-chan. Both of them guys, the director and the starlet, made the Queen Bee movies, Queen Bee and Queen Bee's Revenge, and he went on to do quite a few actually. But the same starlet is in here because she stars in The Imprisoned, and of course her footage is cut throughout this fun little movie. But of course, in terms of Western stars, we have got Mike Abbott, who will appear in most of these ninja movies, and he is just a hoot to watch. Also, John Wilford is in there, and Jonathan Isgar, who you would recognize from the likes of Operation Condor, Once Upon a Time in China, and Jackie Chan's Mr. Nice Guy, in which he drove the van when they have the fight with Jackie in the back of the van, and then he punches Samo as the cyclist there. But also starring in this, and he is in one of the clips on the back here, is the prolific Hong Kong star Chiang Tao, who you'll recognize from countless. I mean, he's been in almost 230 movies. But this, I do remember picking it up when I visited an indoor market in Glengormley in the Northcott shopping centre. £3, could not wait because that artwork just jumped out at me. I mean, it's, again, the artwork isn't perfect, but it's a lot of fun. It's very colourful and it just screams big time ninja movie. And of course at that point I had no clue about IFD ninjas and Godfrey Ho ninjas, etc. But I was very excited to have picked this up with my brother, of course. Inside, the tape looks like so. It's pretty clean. There's nothing really bad about it. But the whole cover spread out there, I will just share with you now because it looks pretty good. And of course, unlike today's releases, we don't get reversible covers. But it's a cheap release overall. But it still did the job. And of course, I've had it all these years. it's not one that I would part with, even though I do have it on DVD from Germany. So when you're done watching this, why not head over to Korea Disco, where you can find an incredible selection of Korean VHS movies featuring a wide collection of Hong Kong titles, Hollywood movies, and so much more. You'll also find a great selection of K-pop music and memorabilia, and plenty of other movie-themed goodies. Now, of course, I am glad that I do have the German DVD release, because the video doesn't play well at all. Even the auto-tracking has trouble trying to pull the picture through until probably about a good 20 or 30 minutes into it, and then it starts to get much better. But that first opening 20-30 minutes is pretty shit and very, very snowy. The video does open with a trailer only for Death Code Ninja, and it's an exciting little trailer. In fact, I would love to see a collection of these ninja movie trailers, like from IFT, Filmark, and so on. I think it would be cool to have that wonderful like hour and a half of just silly trailers from these movies. But that's all it has is, and actually that trailer itself does play with music from the likes of Royal Warriors. I think maybe Yes Madam, but the D&B Femme Fatale movies from around that time. Definitely Royal Warriors I picked up there. It has that rockin' electric guitar, kind of intimidating tune that Royal Warriors plays there. But yeah, that carries all over throughout the movie as well. Actually, it does pop up in there also, and the fights are actually quite enjoyable. This was directed, or this particular version with that footage from the imprisoned cut in, it was directed by Tommy Cheng K-Ying, you might know him as, who is a prolific enough kung fu star, martial arts director. He's got massive sideburns. You would recognize him from the likes of The Eagle Fist, which he also starred in, Kung Fu Zombie with Billy Chong, also A Fistful of Talons. Two movies there I would love to see put out on Blu-ray, but he also directed the likes of Satanic Crystals, which is good fun. I do have it here on DVD, and also Rape in Public Sea with Lam Chin Ying and a young Mike Leader in there also. So he's behind this, and no doubt also helped handle the martial arts action in it, and that's probably why it's a wee bit better than most of those cut and paste ninja movies that we do normally see and make fun of. It's not perfect, as I say, but it does the job, and it's been in my collection for some time. I probably picked this up when I was about 16. I just turned 48 last week, so yeah, there's a good there's a good bit of time out of this. And although the video isn't working, I don't think I'll get rid of this particular cover itself. I do enjoy it. But anyway, Death Code Ninja from HBL Video. Did you get this when you were younger, back in the 80s, early 90s? Did you manage to hire this out, pick it up yourself? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your continued support. It is really, truly, greatly appreciated, honestly. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu and your ninja movies, and I will speak to you soon. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store, or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram at InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.